welcome to episode 11 of the Game Developers Refuge podcast for Saturday, August 2nd, 2008. I'm your host, Jay, and with me today I've got Kate.
Hey.
Mike.
Hi there.
And one newcomer, Kevin.
Hi.
So, to start off the episode today, we are going to discuss what game design practice or game mechanic prevalent across most games today annoys or pisses you off to no end. But we're not going to stop there. We're actually going to discuss what kind of solution to the problem, we might be able to bring to the table. So, to take us off with that is Kate. Go right ahead.
Okay, so, the one thing that I think pisses me off more than any other game design that is currently often used in many video games has to be the unskippable cutscenes. And the solution to this is very simple. You let people skip this cutscene.
I knew that was gonna be one of them. I had three tops. That was the third. I wonder if someone's gonna do the second. But yes, unskippable cutscenes is annoying. I think it's fairly obvious why, and that's a good solution. Let us fucking skip them. That was very quick. All right, Kevin, what have you got for us?
Like in the old Ninja Gaiden games, whenever you got hit, you would get knocked backwards directly into a pit, and it was impossible to fucking win because one hit would basically kill you.
And your solution would be?
What's that?
What's the solution? Don't move back or move back extra far?
Have you not fly back 30 feet every time you get punched in the eye?
Alright. I didn't think that this topic was going to be so quick. Alright.
Yeah,
Mike,
the end.
The game design mechanic that I hate the most is the incredible amount of hand-holding that players get through entire games. And essentially, they tell you what to do every step of the way, all the way through the entire game. It just annoys the crap out of me because I feel like I can't experience anything for myself. And as you all know, I'm a huge fan of the Metroid series, right? Metroid Zero Mission had this annoying shit where every time you acquired an item, the map would come up and it would tell you where to go next. And I wanted to seriously, rip my GBA in half because it was so annoying because I wish you could turn that shit off. So my solution would be, if you need some sort of hand-holding or guidance to tell the player where to go next, it should just be an option. You should hints on or off, and hints would tell you where to go. Otherwise, you can let the player go through and experience stuff for themselves, and get lost once in a while and figure out what they have to do. I just feel like I don't know. A lot of games are like, okay, now do the next thing. Oh, you did that. Now you need to do this. Okay, now you can do the next. It's like you're not playing it. It's like playing itself for you. I just hate it.
It is. It's also frustrating though if you don't know what to do though at the same time because you don't want to go too far in the other direction. If you don't know where to go, what you're supposed to do, then you can get pretty frustrated at the same time.
Yeah, it is a pain.
We should be constantly offering up advice every step of the way, though.
It should just be...
if you want the advice, you should be able to get it, but it shouldn't be offered, forced down your throat.
Yeah, it should just be, you can either press a button to get a hint, or you can turn on a hint system where it says, oh, you might be able to go to this place next, or something. Or some kind of intelligent design where if you've spent X amount of time just doing nothing, or you're stuck, maybe it will offer up a hint. I mean, it depends on the genre, but, I pick your explory adventure style type of games because I'm a Metroid freak, and that's all I got. All right, Mike.
My biggest pet peeve in gaming these days is in the first-person shooters where the enemies seem so reticent anymore to react to your shooting. I remember in GoldenEye, they touted the limb-by-limb unique responses. You shoot them in the arm, they grab the arm, shoot them in the foot, and it disabled them.
Yeah. So
you'd walk in a room, you'd shoot a guy in the arm, you shoot the other guy in the leg, and then you just mow them both down. And that way, you weren't getting shot while you're trying to, But then you got games now like Halo, where I'm not talking about the shields. The bad guys have the shields, and that's fine. I mean, it's a shield. But, the ones that don't have a shield, you shoot them, but they just keep on coming. You know what I mean?
Well, they're wearing armor.
Well, I just think that's stupid. I think magic armor, I think if you shoot a guy, he ought to, hold off, stand back, grab his arm. Ow, you shot me. I guess I want a little more realism in that. I guess.
All right. So how are you going to solve that problem? Just better programming?
Well, obviously, it's not that they're incapable of programming that, so it's not so much better as it is different programming. But I think they should have a response. I think if you shoot the bad guy, he ought to hold off for a minute. I would have it do it like GoldenEye did, where you can disable the enemies, you can stun them, you can put them at bay instead of them having some magic body armor that's absorbing the bullets until until they die. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I always found like Rainbow Six to be like a much more satisfying game than something like Quake 3, where you just shoot. You know, actually having a plan of attack, and then being able to either snipe or use a single bullet to take someone out. It just always seemed a lot more intense to me than just sort of running around and going with guns blazing, you know?
Right.
And then when you shoot the bad guys in the head and they don't die, that really gets me. Like I rented when I rented Far Cry on the Xbox, and you would shoot the guy, and it was supposed to be like realistic. They were like humans. You weren't aliens with body armor, and you'd score a headshot, and they didn't go down. They didn't even stun. They were like,
They just walk around.
You got magical head armor, baby. Well, all right. I guess that's all.
Crisis was like that too.
Nobody mentioned my second in line, which was going to be QuickTime events, but I already talked about that in the thread of things you hate. Yeah, QuickTime events make you want to kill people. But anyway, that's the stuff we hate. The solutions really much are pretty much, developers don't. Why don't you just fix this fucking broken shit because it's gotten easy?
One thing we could ask about is, why do these problems exist so commonplacely? Why don't more developers allow you to just skip the cutscenes and have the bad guys react to the bullets realistically?
I don't know.
Why do you think?
Lazy. They want you to watch the beautiful cutscenes because they put so much wonderful work into it, I'm sure. I don't know. Who knows? It's just...
Maybe we are the minority? Like, sure, I want the bad guys to react to the bullets, but maybe most players are pretty happy the way it is, and they wouldn't want to go back. Is that what's going on?
I'm sure a lot I bet a lot of players are, they care, they don't care, I don't know.
I think it depends on the game, too.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, a lot of games that have that kind of body shot physics where people can just keep running, it's based off a game that you play multiplayer online, and when you're versing another player, yeah, they're just going to keep coming at you while you're shooting at them because they're going to try and take you down too. They won't necessarily go for cover. So I think, I don't know, some people might be used to it, like Halo fans and stuff.
I would like to specify that when I talked about reaction, I don't necessarily mean on the online, because
no, I understand what you mean. It's single player because there's
the bad guy.
Yeah, I hear you. We hate stuff. Developers, for some reason, don't do it, even though it's easy to solve these problems. I don't know. It could be their budget, could be their time constraints, whatever. Who cares? We hate this shit, and we want you to fucking fix it.
Oh, I have a really good idea as to why, like, some developers allow you to skip scenes and others don't. Have you ever noticed that most of the games where they don't allow you to skip scenes are Japanese games? So it could be a cultural phenomenon rather than just, like, lazy programmers.
It could be.
Kind of like respect your elders.
Possibly.
Respect your cutscenes.
True,
well, I mean...
But I think there are some, games from over in Japan where you can skip cutscenes in, like, RPGs specifically. I remember in... I think, one of the main points where it's such a pain in the ass is if you've already beat the game and you're playing it again and you don't care for the cutscenes, you just want to do stuff over, or if you have to watch a cutscene and then you die and you have to keep watching it over again. I know that in, what's that game called? Chrono Cross, when you beat the game and you get to do like your New Game Plus mode or you play it again, you get this item which doubles the frame rate of everything, so you can blast through the game at double speed, so you don't have to go walk around spending your time. So I don't know. I think some developers look at it, but for the most part, I guess it could be cultural. Who knows? That's interesting.
One other idea could be the desire to prevent players from accidentally skipping a cutscene, perhaps.
Yeah, but then you just have the thing. You press start, skip cutscene, return to cutscene. Lots of games do that.
I guess I haven't played enough.
Yeah, I don't. Not enough games do it. Lots of games do it, but a lot more games.
No, I said maybe I haven't played enough.
No, I know. I didn't want to make it seem like I was saying, so many games don't let you skip. Actually, a lot more games don't let you skip. Anyway, enough on this topic. We're going to take a quick break.
Wait, I've got one more.
What's it good?
One more.
What?
One more pet peeve. When you beat a game and the credits come up and you can't skip them, like in Mario Kart, you win, and it's like, dun dun dun, here's all the credits, and you have to reset the console.
If it's a game where you have to watch the credits repeatedly, yes, it's a pain in the ass. But some developers are cool with that. Lately, I've been playing Soul Calibur 4, and every time you beat the game and the credits come up, you can actually hit the button before you see anyone's name, and they'll just go away. So, I guess it depends.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, it depends. In certain games, you should have to sit through and watch the credits, like after a really long game that you played, and you only ever see them once. But in a game like Mario Kart, anytime you beat a thing, yeah, I hear you. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. I mean, but sometimes they sort of might make it fun too, like in Smash Brothers, where if you beat the game, you get like a mini game, and that's always kind of fun.
But that's one game out of many. You damn games. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, well, I'll tell you what we're gonna talk about when we get back.